Alright, this is Corinthian bringing you guys a quick Kingdoms at War video about the battle list, as Swabia and others have requested that I show exactly where the battle list is, its ins and outs, how it works. As with the prevalence of plunder wars, many people have lost the location of the battle list, as they will either search or use the clan system for plunder wars. Now, before I go into that, one of my clan members did wanted me to leave a waffle for YouTubers, so gonna go ahead and put that up right here. And so, yep, that's the little thing he did. Have a waffle, have fun nomming on it. While you guys are nomming on that waffle, I'll go ahead and talk about the battle list. If you are on the iDevice, it is on that home page, the page that you see whenever you first open the application, where the profile button is and feedback button is, the far left tab at the bottom of the screen. So that's where the battle button will be, as far as where you immediately access it. For the PC, as that is what I'm recording it on, I am going to go ahead and show you that it is on the left hand side of the screen, second tab from the bottom. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into that. So on the battle list screen, you're going to find it's going to show a variety of people, scrolling really fast, a variety of people all with stats within a certain percentage of you. Can't really tell you the exact percent difference, as I purposely didn't note that down back when I did testing good 3 or 4 months ago on a separate subject I was testing. On the battle list, though, you can see if anyone's in a clan, so if you're scared of hitting clans or you want to just avoid having to deal with a group of people because you're not in a clan yourself, you can look for people that have a dash for their clan name, which generally means, although there is a clan that is just called Dash, I believe, that generally means that you are free to go ahead and attack them. But you can tell if they are in such a clan dash if they have a clan at peace, clan in challenge, or clan at war notification. If they have that and they still have the dash, well then they're in that weird clan. Now you can see if, like, oh, well, I don't mind attacking clans as long as they're at peace. And so, hey, I'll attack this guy because clearly he has nothing better to do. But clan at challenge and clan at war, well, maybe you don't want to jump into the middle of a conflict. Or vice versa. You want to attack them while they're in challenge. That way they maybe think twice about going into that war. Or at least weaken them before they go into the battle. Or while they're at war, you get in a bunch of hits and hope that they can't retaliate as they are at war. Clan preparing for war instead of clan in challenge means that they have both clans have accepted the war declaration, and they're still sort of preparing for war. So much the same as the clan and challenge words. So aside from that, talking about how they have the fancy clan notifications, you'll notice that they have various rewards. So like a good reward, well, that means that their combined stats are about equal to yours. So when you attack them, the more similar you are in stats, you'll get a decentish reward, average for whatever the plunder is for each building. Which is varied, as I have several level 1 workshops, level 2 workshops, level 3 workshops somewhere over here, and like a level 2 forge. As you can see, when I reloaded the battle list, though, you'll notice that different players will come up. Some people will start reoccurring, but the battle list does like to put people that are online over offline. If you want to look for inactives, you might want to search in the ally list and try to find a price range for that stat bracket. But that's another video. For the rest of it, if they're a large reward, well, that means that their combined stats are much stronger than you, which you might think, oh, well, then I can't attack them and win. Well, you'd be surprised, as oftentimes they'll either have stacked attack or spy stats, and if you are a high attack statted person, you can easily break through their defenses, barring if they're using potions. I'll get to that in a minute. Gonna go real quick before I actually go into things. Oh, one last thing. If they do have a small reward, which it looks like nobody here on this load has, it means that their stats are much smaller than what your combined stats are. And so they'll pay significantly less compared to a good reward or a large reward. And then there are people that, eventually are so small that they're defender too weak because you're just too strong. And there are people that are so strong that you won't be able to attack them even if they have 0 defense because their combined stats are just too high. But it also protects you from them if they want to, assassinate your face or something. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what my build is. I have 15,000 attack and 9,200 defense. I am a little bit sick, in case you're wondering about how my voice is sounding a little bit weird still. But I specifically want this build, one, to show you guys that, hey, I'm an average guy. I've got workshops, I've got forges, they're all in various stages of upgrading. This is totally me a day or two into the game. Anybody could get this build relatively fast. I could probably upgrade all of those workshops to level 3 given a day. But if you go ahead and look, I notice how I have no spy stats, so I'm not going to be able to scout or assassinate, which can be a little bit of a drawback, but also it means that enemies can counter a scout and see the % chance of winning and assassinate me. As far as why I didn't build any defensive structures or buildings is because my defense is currently over 9,000, which I think is more than sufficient. If you peek at the battle list, you'll see that yes, I did successfully defend against an attack, although earlier someone scout bombed me a bunch. But an over 9,000 defense will work in the battle list if you just go straight attack buildings, just barely going over that 9,000 range. Still stacking attack. At 15,200 attack, it's still over 9,000, but it's going to keep me over 9,000 as my troops get lower, as my troops contribute wholly to this ally bonus, which is going to be our combined stats for now as a quick reference, as you can't see the raw stats on other people's profiles. So with this, that means I can take out like maybe a quarter and I'll still have over 9,000 attack, and I'll feel safe still attacking, because clearly the over 9,000 rule for this video is what's going to determine if I win or lose. So let's go ahead and look at this large reward person, Goosey. Well, he has 25,000 defense. He says don't attack me please though, so apparently he wants us to attack him. So perhaps we shall. Real quick though, I want to go ahead and peek and see exactly how new this guy is. He is loyal. He's only been active for a week, so like I said, he's bigger than me, and he's only been active for a week, so my build is really easy to get to. He does have spy defense, though, so that's going to go ahead and hurt him in the long run. His attack is really low, less than mine, but let's go ahead and try breaking his defense. So, because he does have 10,000 more defense than my attack, I'm going to go ahead and use a potion, just to make sure that I will win it. A potion increases your attack by however much, and you can use multiple potions if you like, by a certain amount, and this is the raw total. In order to convert this into ally bonus, like we were looking at, you'd have to convert this by multiplying the number by 2% or 0.02. So this amount that I'm getting from this item is going to go ahead and give me, pardon if I'm being horribly wrong, 140,000 extra attack in ally bonus numbers. So I think with this, I'll definitely win. Let's go ahead and try. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the attack, and it does in fact say victory, giving me 215,000 gold, 664. I lost 560 troops, the defender lost 466. Now remember that when you do attack an enemy, they will lose less troops than you, unless you are much bigger than them. So my overwhelming might did crush my enemy. I got a bunch of stuff. I did use more units in order to win, but you could see, hey, that was pretty cool. I got 200,000 gold. That's epic. Sure, I may have spent 200 or 2.5 million on that potion, but hey, you could always use cheaper potions. I just wanted to ensure the victory for the sake of this video. And, you know, hey, I like staying alive. Now, let's go look at this Army Rangers guy. He's preparing for war. He's not quite at war. He has 15,200 attack. So let's go ahead and copy this guy's name. We'll come back to him in a second, and let's buy some weaker potion. So he only has slightly more defense than my attack. So I think I'll go ahead and buy, I don't know, an invisibility potion and an elixir of rage. That's a 15,000 investment, right? Totally. So let's go ahead and clear out this quick search bar that's conveniently placed on the PC version and paste in the new user that we were just at. And yep, he's preparing for war. So let's see how long this guy is active for. He's only been active for a day, so clearly apparently you can get to my build within day 1 if you find a clan. Returning to his profile, let's go ahead and attack this guy. Just to ensure a victory, let's go ahead and go invisible and get rage at the same time for all of our troops. Gonna go ahead and attack, and oh, hey, I lost because he used 2 defensive potions himself. Well, out of spite, I don't like losing. Let's go ahead and hit one of those good old Tome of the Deads or whatever's and beat him. And you'll notice that compared to the large reward guy, I actually did get, about 60,000, 70,000 less gold than the large reward person with this good reward battle list player. Gonna go ahead and look for a small reward person to attack. I can't quite find one. Apparently there are no small rewards currently in this bracket, which is fine with me. Small rewards are more of a something the battle list wants to give you as a last resort. Looking. Clearly this guy is not in a clan. He only has 14,375. I think we need to just burn all of our money on elixirs of rage and invisibility potions. So, I don't know, can I afford 250 elixirs of rage? No, I can't. Oh well, I wouldn't be doing that much anyways. Alright, so clearly 100 elixirs of rage are what we need here. So go ahead and peek at Handy Star. You'll notice that I am just sort of picking at random, comparing the stats, and going, hey, maybe I can beat this guy. Go ahead and pop that elixir of rage and attack. And look, victory. My overwhelming might crush the enemy, and I use more units to ensure my victory, getting 160,000 gold. Now remember, the ally bonus only shows their stats if they're at full troops. If you scout them, you'll notice that, hey, maybe they're not at full troops, and it'll tell you your percent chance of winning, which is usually something like 60% or so. So it looks like Waffles did go ahead and attack me, and while my defense was slightly lower than 9,000 due to troop losses, I did go ahead and win that attack without using any potions whatsoever. He did go ahead and scout me because he couldn't quite believe that I did actually defend, and it is indeed our Army Ranger's buddy. So something that will happen when you attack people on the battle list is they will retaliate. So why not retaliate back in their face? So Overwhelming Might crush the enemy, Overwhelming Might should crush the enemy, and let's just keep wailing away at him. It does look like I did lose one and win one as he was attacking me, so let's go ahead and make this into a grudge match. We're going to bring this guy down. He may have won those fights, but we're going to go ahead and buy even more potions, because why not? Remember, we are making about 200,000 per, so I can safely buy these 100,000 magical daggers and still make more than enough money as a profit. So Waffles did attack me, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on that news icon to get back to him. Attack, and how much does this dagger give me? This dagger actually gives me only 6,000 more attack, but you can see his defense, even if I was at half attack, or half troops, which would only give me 7,000, giving me 6,000 more attack should be more than enough to beat his face, as he is low on troops himself. So I did win the battle by a narrow margin, as things are getting close. I am losing more troops than he is, so this is a little bit of risk. But now, to prevent him from retaliating, I'm going to go ahead and use up these last few potions, as potions are apparently the way to go on the battle list when you can't deal with things and you have no allies whatsoever. Notice I have 0 ally bonus. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use these potions, try to get my troops low, and then when I am Defender 2 weak, I will quest until I think he is offline, because that is clearly the way to go. And then once you've regenerated, if you don't like that guy, or if he's just paying really well, you can just go ahead and punish him for it. So it does look like kingdoms are spying on me. Going to go ahead and do this attack bandits quest just to bring my troops down to 0, and it does look like, oh, okay, he stole 5,000 gold from me. I made 500,000, not counting the money I already spent on potions. So apparently the battle list is very profitable. Not going to deny that. Even when you spend loads of money on potions, you don't even really need, as I was attacking stronger opponents and getting into a grudge match with someone much stronger than me, as he's been playing a week and I've only been playing for almost 2 years. So, clearly a one-sided battle there, and I honestly don't know what else to say about the battle list other than hit the battle list, pick somebody, determine if you can beat that guy, and attack. And apparently, whenever I went to highlight that guy's ally bonus, I also tried exploring the land at the same time. Gotta be careful on the PC for little see-through things like this. This is Corinthian, and that was my little tutorial on the battle list. If you want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. This is Corinthian, signing out.